In this video, we are going to speak about the different options of working with the main and related objects, or what is called the child relationship model, with the Docomotion data model. So first of all, let's remind everybody here what is the data model. The data model is the data tag list, which is based on the Salesforce fields. And this is the Docomotion entity. Data models enable users in the designer to create forms with variable data tags that will be populated on generation with the Salesforce fields. Each data model, when created, is based on the Salesforce object called main object, such as contact, contract, opportunity, account. It can be standard or custom object. And of course, any relations of this object to the related object. So for example, we can bring data from the opportunities when we create the data model on the account, because opportunities are related to the account with the connection of many opportunities to one account, or vice versa. I can create the main object data model on opportunity and bring the data from the account, which is a lookup. So the first thing that you do when you create the data model, you go to the data model homepage in the Docomotion app, and then you press new. And of course, the first thing that we need to ask ourselves when we create the data model is on what main object we are going to create the data model, and this main object will be also used for the form, and the data model available for the specific form depends actually on the selection of the main object. So right now, let's create the test data model on account. And let's select here the main object. And then let's press here save and define the data model. Of course, you should know when once the data model is saved, you cannot change the main object of the data model. So what we see now, over here, we see the green bar under available fields, okay, that enables you to see location of the tags tree, okay, based on the main object. So over here, the main object that we have is account, and over here we see all the account fields, okay, and I can go very easily, and to add the fields I can press this plus to add, for example, the non-interactive field, or what we call fixed data tag. Regular Salesforce output will be displayed on the output. So I can write here account description, account ID, account name, or any other fields that exist on the account itself. I can add some of the fields also as interactive, but now we are not covering this option. And in addition, I can actually go to the what we call lookup to drill down by clicking this icon. So for example, here we have the lookup to the contact with the field that's called decision maker, and just press here and see all the contact fields, and we can bring them as well to the data model. So I bring full name of the decision maker, and I can bring his email or any other data which are needed. So right now what we saw is how we can add the fields on the main object and the custom lookup that we created on this account object, which is the lookup to the account. So you can imagine that you can actually bring additional data without any issues from the main and related object via lookup. In addition, if you want to drill down more and go to some options for many additional related records. So for example, in the account, we would like to bring some opportunities. We need to press here this children relations button to add fields from the object which is related to the account. So in this case, we see the list of all the related objects with the connection of one-to-many to the account. Account team members, contact roles, and the assets. In this case, I would like to look for opportunities. So when I press here for the drill down arrow to go to the opportunities list, I see now the fields of the opportunities, and I can bring the data from the opportunities, for example, amount, for example, description, stage, whatever I want. Okay. And in addition, I can go back and, for example, even drill down a little bit more and go to the opportunity, select the opportunities related list, one-to-many, and even press additional children relations and go to what we called opportunity line items for opportunity products, different name for opportunity line items, and bring also the data from the opportunity products. No problem with that. I can bring it as well here. Now we need to really understand what is the support that can be done with the DocuMotion for lookups and the children relations and the level of the children relations. So important thing for me to emphasize and to explain that DocuMotion supports two levels of child relations. And the scenario is the following. I can start with a master object. I can go to the list of the child relations, as I did for the opportunities. And then I can even go one additional level to the list of the related one-to-many records to the opportunities. So I can press here again the child relationship and bring here the list of the opportunity line items. And even here I can go and select, for example, I want to bring some data from the product, which is a lookup. So I can go and bring the data from the product, like a product family, stuff like that. No problem with that. So I can go and select master object, child relation of the first level, child relations of the second level, and the lookup. This is the first option that can be supported with the DocuMotion data model. Additional options that can be easily supported with the DocuMotion data model is that I want to go to the master object, and then I can go to children relations, and then I select my children relations, okay? And then I can go to the lookup, for example, campaign. And then from the campaign, I would like, I can account child relations of opportunities campaign, and then I can go to additional child relations, for example, campaign members. Okay, so over here I can bring some, like, let's see, all those who are the members of content or contacts. Okay, so right now I'm here in the campaign members. So as you see, I started with the master object, children relationship, okay, and then I went from children relationship to lookup, and then additional children relationship, and then if I can go and bring even additional lookup if needed, okay. So in this case, I support master object, child relationship, lookup, child relationship, and even more lookups. No problem about that. Sometimes some of our customers are requiring additional options which are more than those two level scenarios. In this case, those scenarios of having more than two nested children relations are not supported with DocuMotion. So for example, I cannot go, for example, to the master object and then go to some kind of lookup as user lookup here, and then to go to the children relations here. And then, as you see, I cannot go to additional children relations. Okay, so for master object, I can go to lookup and children relations, and that's it. Okay, this option is not supported in our mechanisms that behind the data model pooling of the data. After I did all the changes for my data model, I can save it, and then if needed, I can go to the form, okay, and I can very easily attach the data model to the form, okay. select the master object, and then when I check the existing data model, I have here all the existing data model, including the one that I just created. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this video.